Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am really excited because I'm going to be sharing with you my eyeshadow palette collection. I currently have 30 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, so we are going to be going through them together. So if that interests you, then be sure to keep on watching. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and click the bell notifications. That way you are notified every time I upload a new video. So let's get started. We're going to start with the two palettes I have closest to me here. And these are both by Ace Beauty. So first up we have the Nostalgia palette. And I love this palette because it is colorful. And you know me, I love a colorful palette. These shadows are, you know, they're fairly pigmented, especially like the shimmers. They are so buttery. I absolutely love them. So this palette I have used a few times and I absolutely love it. I actually got this one in a BoxyCharm earlier this year. So yeah, I love this one. And then I also have the Scarlet Dusk palette. Oh, the packaging is so pretty. This is more of like a warm tone palette, which I personally love. I haven't used this palette a whole lot, but I do like the shades in here. I especially like this bright orange right here. I don't think I have anything quite like it, so I do keep this palette pretty much for this shade right here. I also got this one in a BoxyCharm as well. But yeah, so these two are really good. I like the formula on these ones. I did recently get an Ace Beauty palette in BoxyCharm, I think like a month or two ago. And it was like a fall themed palette, but I just felt like I wasn't going to use that palette at all, just because I had so many similar shades already. So I did declutter that one, so it's not in this, you know, collection with the other two Ace Beauty palettes. But yeah, I like these two. Okay, so moving on, we have to make this quick because I have so many palettes to get through. So next we have Cara Beauty, and all three of these palettes I got this year at Winners/Marshalls, depending where I found them. But I have recently discovered this brand and I love this brand. Their shadows are super pigmented and they blend out really nice. I've done a review on this one, so I can link that for you guys. You can check it out. But this is the You Had Me At I can't say it. You Had Me At Aloha palette. And it's just so beautiful. It's so colorful. So I absolutely love this one. And then we have the Purple Haze palette. And this one is like a purpley pink kind of theme with a couple pops of orange and yellow. The shimmers on these are so pigmented. I'm going to just swatch these for you guys because they are so pigmented. Oh, I think I actually swatched these for you guys in a different video, in my shopping haul video. But as you can see, these are just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then the last one is the Cara Beauty Across the Rainbow palette, and just like the name suggests, it is a rainbow palette with some glitters here. I'm gonna actually swatch one of these glitters because show you guys what that. Oh my goodness, look at that, you guys. Look at that. That is insane, right? Oh, okay. So yeah, I have fallen in love with this brand recently. Just great quality and super affordable. Even if you buy them on their website, they're affordable, but you can find this brand a lot of the times at Marshalls or Winners if you're in Canada, or probably TJ Maxx if you're in the US. So definitely keep an eye out for their palettes because they are amazing. And then next up we have this Violet Voss palette, which I actually just got in BoxyCharm in November. So yeah, I got this in my base box, and so you guys saw me try this out. I will link that video as well if you want to see me test this palette out. So yeah, this is the Violet Sunset palette. I still have it in the box. I don't know. I just kept it in there, but this is what it looks like. Honestly, I feel like I will be decluttering this pretty soon because I just don't think I'm going to use it ever again. I don't know. I don't love Violet Voss palettes that much, and the color story is just a little bit too neutral for me. I do have a neutral palette that I always use, and you will see that in a minute. I actually have two neutral palettes that I use, and that's when I do neutral looks because the majority of the time my looks are colorful, so I don't really need too many neutral shades. But yeah, moving on, and you will see that in my collection, all of my palettes, like the majority of them are colorful. There's like two, maybe three neutral palettes. But yeah, the majority of them are colorful. So the next one I got here is the Pinky Rose Cosmetics Bright Lights palette. And I love the formula on these shadows. They are so pigmented and just beautiful. They're bright. I actually tested this one out in another video as well, so I can link that for you guys if you want to see me use this. And I actually picked this up in a BoxyCharm pop-up sale. It was $5 or $6. Like, seriously, for this, it's crazy. It's so cheap. So yeah, and it's a great palette. It's like very good quality. It has some glitters as well, which I love. So yeah, we got just a variety of shades. It's like a rainbow palette basically. So yeah, I love this one. I use this one quite often. And then next we have this Zulu by Jubius Place palette. I actually won this palette in a giveaway, and this is what it looks like. I love like the big pan sizes. I feel like that's really nice. You get a lot of shadow for the price, and the quality is amazing on Juvia's Place. If you've ever tried them, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they're very pigmented and easy to work with. Like, I absolutely love their formula. I don't use this palette a whole lot, like, to be honest with you. Like, the only reason I keep this palette in my collection is for the shade right here, because I don't have any shade like it, and it is so beautiful. I'm going to swatch it for you because, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this shade. It's just so gorgeous. It's kind of like a rosy gold, kind of pinky, like, I don't know, it's just unreal. Like, I love the shade so much, so I definitely keep this palette for the shade. Aside from that, I really don't use it that much, but it is a good palette, and like I said, I love the pan sizes on these because they're just really big. Definitely worth the money. And then next up, okay, so this one is one of the neutral palettes that I was talking about. This is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I don't believe this one is available anymore. I don't think you can buy it anymore. I picked this one up at a Marshall's or a Winners, can't remember which one, and I love it. First of all, the highlights in this palette, you do get some highlights right here. Oh my gosh, are they ever freaking blinding? Like, I am obsessed. So I use this one quite often when I do neutral looks. I haven't used it as much anymore because I got another neutral palette that I just reach for all the time now. But before I got that palette, I used this one all the time when I wanted to do neutral looks. Yeah, it's just got a great variety of neutrals. There's like some purpley kind of shades, a little pink shade here. We got some lighter tones and some browns. Actually, this shade looks pretty similar to the one I just swatched. I'm gonna see, maybe that one is like a dupe for, oh, okay. It's a little bit more, I don't know, it's a little bit lighter than this one, so it's similar. I could probably get away with this one instead of that one. Like, if I wanted to declutter, I could feel like this one could be a good substitute, but it's a little bit different still, the tone, so I feel like I'm still going to keep that Juvia's Place palette. But yeah, so I'm going to swatch some of these highlights as well because, you guys, they're so blinding. Like, I love these highlights. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that this is BH Cosmetics because BH Cosmetics is a really affordable brand, and these highlights are so pigmented. Oh my goodness. Okay, can you see that? Like, there's like a gold kind of shade right here, and then like a really white, kind of has like a pink undertone to it. Yeah, absolutely love these. And I like that it has a mirror inside as well. That's always nice to have. Next we have this Beauty Bay palette. This is the Pastels palette, and I actually just got this year for my birthday, and I love it because it's got like the prettiest pastel shades in here. If you ever want to do like a pastel look, this is your go-to palette, and the formula is really nice on these. I'll do some more swatches so you can see. So that is what they look like. They're actually like so pigmented and just so buttery smooth. Like, I've used this palette a few times and I love it, and I think it's just so cute. I love the packaging. I believe these palettes are affordable too. I'm not 100% sure on the price of these, but I do think Beauty Bay's brand is like a more affordable brand. So yeah, I really love this one. And then we have one from Too Faced that I got like so long ago from a Marshall's, I believe, or Winners. And it's the glitter palette. This was like right when I got into makeup. Like, this is one of the first couple palettes that I purchased, and this is what it looks like. So it's basically all like shimmers. I don't know why I bought this. I honestly never use it, but the shadows in here are really pretty. Like, if you ever want like an extra pop of shimmer, like, it's really nice. But I don't know, I feel like I never ever use this palette, so I could probably just like declutter it, honestly. Like, as you can see, the two shades on the end here, so they're like really glittery. So if you want like a pop of glitter on your lid or whatever, then this would be a good palette. It also comes with like a base shade. Well, it comes with two base shades. One is a brightening base, and then this is an intensifying base, so a black and a white matte shade. I don't think I've really used those. I think I used the black maybe once, but overall, like, this palette could probably like be decluttered. I honestly have used it maybe 3 times, and I've had it for like 3 years probably at this point. So yeah, don't use this one like at all, but I still have it in my collection for whatever reason. Okay, so moving on, we have Jeffree Star, and we have the Jawbreaker palette. So this one I actually got right when it came out. I ordered it. I was like so excited for it because I was really into his makeup line back then when this first came out. And it was like, it's a rainbow palette, right? Like it has every shade of the rainbow in here. So I was really excited for that because I love like rainbow palettes. But I haven't really used it in like so long. I feel like I used it a few times when I first got it, and then kind of just like stopped reaching for it. And I honestly haven't reached for it in months. And I mean months. Like the only thing I really reach for is sometimes this shade right here. This is the Jawbreaker shade, and I use this for a highlight because it's a really, really pretty highlight color. But yeah, other than that, I don't really use it. Here, I'm going to show you the swatch of that highlight. It is really pretty. It's just like a soft, like kind of white gold almost. So the shimmers have a really good formula. I like the shimmers. They are buttery and pigmented. I'll just swatch another one here for you. This is like a pinky shade. So as you can see, that one is called Snack. So yeah, these are really pigmented, like the shimmers. The mattes, I find, I don't know, I had a hard time working with some of them, like especially like this blue here. I couldn't just, and this blue here too, like I could not get them to work for me. I think these are pressed pigments though, so that may be why, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't reached for it in a long time. Anyways, let's move on. And the next palette is by Jeffree Star as well, and this is the Blood Sugar palette. And this one I got, this palette and the Thirsty palette were the first two that I got from him. I did end up decluttering the Thirsty palette because I never used it. It was more on the neutral side, and I just felt like I had too many of his palettes and I never used really any of them. But this one I feel like is just so iconic. I love the packaging. It's like this like trunk kind of style. It's very, very like luxurious feeling. And the shades are really, really pretty. Like I love some of the peach tones in here. These two here I've used a lot. This one here is like an orangey kind of gold copper shade. It's really, really pretty. So I really like those shades. But yeah, I haven't used this one in like a long, long time either. So it's kind of sad. I feel like I need to like start using these again because they are really pretty. Like I don't know why I stopped using them. But yeah, this is the one shade that I really, really like. This is like a peachy kind of gold shade. I've used this one a lot. That one right there. So freaking pretty. And that one is called Sweetener. The majority of the palettes I've shown you guys so far, I feel like I like don't use that much. And it's kind of crazy. Like I have 30 palettes and I probably use like 5 of them like consistently. And the rest kind of just sit there and like I'll randomly pick them up once if I need a certain shade out of them. But I never like reach for them like for everyday like makeup or like creative looks even. Anyways, let's move on to the next palettes. So we have ColourPop here. I have 6 palettes from ColourPop. So the first one is the My Little Pony palette, which is so old. Like this is not available anymore obviously, but this was from their My Little Pony collection. This was actually I think the first like colorful palette I ever bought. And it does have some neutral shades in it as well, but to me, back then when I was like first getting into makeup, this was a colorful palette to me. Now I wouldn't consider it that colorful because there are like a lot of neutrals in here, but I love this palette. The formula is great. They're affordable. And yeah, I've used like this white shade right here a lot because it's just like such a beautiful, bright, highlighting like white shade. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of space on my hand here. But It looks like that, and it's just really pretty. I love this for like the inner corner highlight and stuff like that. But yeah, I love this palette. I feel like I'm always going to keep this palette just because it's like nostalgic and you can't get this collection anymore. So I love like the packaging. I think it's adorable. So yeah, I love this one. And then the next ColourPop palette I bought was this Blue Moon palette. And this is just like a really pretty blue themed palette. Obviously, I love their little like 9-pan color story palettes like this. I have 3 other ones that I'll show you. I just love them. I honestly want all of them. And the formulas on these are so good. And also in these palettes, you get a mirror. Like, I think these palettes are like around like 12 or like under $15, I believe. So anywhere between like 12 and 15. I'm not 100% sure, but super affordable for 9 shades. And yeah, I absolutely love these. I think these are so pretty. So I have the Blue Moon one, and then I got the Mint to Be one, which I absolutely love these shades. They are just so freaking pretty. I love mint. Like, I wanted this palette as soon as I saw it come out, and I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with it. I love the shades in here. I'll just do a couple finger swatches because I am running out of room on my hand right now, but they are super pigmented. As you can see, actually, I'll swatch a matte shade because I haven't swatched any of the mattes yet. But yeah, wow. For the price point, I mean, these are so, look at that. Look at the mattes even. That one there, this one on the end here on my pinky. Like, they are so pigmented, you guys. I love these shades. Actually, this one is not in the correct order. I actually dropped this palette and all of the pans fell out, so I kind of just popped them back in wherever. So I don't even know like what order they're supposed to go in. I have to look it up to actually rearrange them back into the correct order. But yeah, I love that one as well. Let's clean off my fingers quickly. All right, so next we have another of their 9-pan palettes. We got the Baby Got Peach palette, and this one was another one that I wanted since it came out, and I finally got it just recently. And yeah, I'm obsessed. Like, peaches are my favorite, like some of my favorite tones to wear. I feel like they complement my skin tone really well, so I love wearing peach tones. And yeah, this is just a beautiful color story. There's a glitter in here, which I haven't even swatched yet, so oh my goodness. Let's just swatch that because that is so pretty. I've only used this palette, I think, like maybe 3 times. But wow, look at that. I've never used the glitter, though. I feel like I need to use that ASAP. But here we have another one of those, like, peachy shimmer shades. I'm just obsessed with these types of shades. Like that right there. Oh, my goodness. See that? Oh, my gosh. Freaking gorgeous. Okay. So yeah, I love this one. This is like, these 2 are probably my favorite, the Meant to Be and the Baby Got Peach. And then we have the Lilac You A Lot, which is more of a purpley kind of theme. It's got some purples and pinks, very beautiful. I especially love this one right here, this cloud shade. It's just like the prettiest like purpley pink shimmer. And then the other ColourPop palette I have is the Fade Into Hue palette. I got this one when it first came out. I saw it, like pictures of it when they were like doing spoilers and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this palette in my life because it is a rainbow palette. Oh my goodness, you guys. Ooh, it's so pretty. I have a video testing this palette out as well that I can link for you guys so you can check that out. Yeah, it's great. I absolutely love it. It has glitters, it has shimmers, it has mattes. Just a beautiful rainbow palette. Like, literally every color you need is in here, so I'm obsessed. I won't do any more swatches of this one because I feel like all the ColourPop formulas are basically the same, so you kind of get the idea. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. This is one that I reach for a lot, just because it's so colorful, and I feel like I can do so much with this palette. So yeah, I love that one a lot. And then let's move on. Okay, we have Anastasia Beverly Hills next. So I have 3 of her palettes. I did have the Subculture palette, but I did declutter that one because, I don't know, that one just did not have the same formula. I feel like it was so chalky and patchy, and just, I didn't like the shades in it, to be honest. So the first one I ever got by Anastasia Beverly Hills is obviously the Modern Renaissance. Like, everyone's had this palette in their collection at some point or still has it in their collection. It's just an OG. So this is the second palette that I ever bought, like a high-end palette. I think I had like eyeshadow palettes from like the drugstore and stuff, but this is the second eyeshadow palette I ever bought that was from Sephora. The first one I bought was the Tarte In Bloom palette, I believe. And I decluttered that one a long time ago just because it was so neutral and I never reached for it anymore. But this one is also obviously really neutral. But I haven't used it in a long time either. I actually, no, I think I used it like a few weeks ago. But I normally never reach for it. I've probably used it that one time in like months just because like it is neutral and I don't know. It's just not my favorite anymore. I definitely got a lot of use of it when I first got it, but ever since I got into like colorful makeup, this has kind of just been on the back burner. So yeah, it kind of just sits in my vanity, collects dust, but it is an OG. It's a really pretty palette for like everyday makeup. And then next we have the Riviera palette. I actually grabbed this one when it first came out because I was just so excited about the color story on it, and I was really into like Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes back then. Not so much anymore. I kind of just stopped buying them. At least like these ones, like the smaller ones, just because I'm not like, I don't know, they're usually pretty neutral for me, and like I said, I'm not really into that much anymore. But this one does have a lot of color in it, so I really do like the shades on this one, and the formula is great. Like I will swatch a couple of these. So yeah, that's what they look like. They are really pigmented and beautiful. I love the shimmers. The mattes are good too. Here's like a pink. The pink is really, really pigmented, as you can see. So yeah, it's a great palette. I haven't really used this one much either recently. Like all my Anastasia palettes have kind of just like taken a seat for the time being, but I do like it. I think it's a really pretty color story. And the next one I have here is the Alyssa Edwards palette, and the reason I got this one was because it was at Marshall's and I think it was like $25 or something. So yeah, I really wanted it because it had a lot of colors in it as well, but I probably have used this palette maybe like 3 times since I bought it. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't like excite me that much anymore. I feel like it's kind of confusing on how to do a look with this palette because the shades are just so, there's just so many bright shades. It's like, I feel like there needs to be a kind of a balance more in this palette, but it is a good palette still. Like I'll definitely try and make use of it, but I feel like if I was going to declutter any of the 3, I would probably declutter this one just because I feel like it's such an odd color story. But I do like that they come with a little brush, and the brushes are actually really good, and also they come with a mirror, so that's really nice. And I love like the hot pink packaging. Obviously, it's so pretty. But yeah, so those are the 3 Anastasia ones that I have. I do have 2, I guess, well, they're not really Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. They're like from the Norvina collection, which, I mean, is an Anastasia Beverly Hills, but it's not the same as these ones. You know what I'm saying? So let me just grab those 2. And so these 2 I got a couple months ago, and I actually haven't used them yet. So these are untouched, but I'm going to be using these in an upcoming video. I want to do like a testing new makeup video soon. So I'm going to be testing these ones out. So we have the volume 1, and then we have the volume 3. I actually got both of these from BoxyCharm. This one I paid $12 for, I believe, because they were $24 on the Boxy pop-up, and I think I had a $12 credit for pop-up, so I literally paid 12 bucks for this. I just like can't even believe that. And then this one I did get in my BoxyCharm box. So yeah, I'm gonna just show them to you and show you the color story on them, and then I will test them out in a video coming soon. I love like the size of these. They are huge. You get a lot of shades in here. So I'm really excited to test these out. I've heard really good things about them. So this is the color story on this one, the volume 1. So it's got like some really bright pops of color. You got some neutrals, some purples and pinky shades, some oranges. Hopefully I will like the formula on this and will make lots of use of it because I do think it's a really pretty palette. But I will test that out in a video coming soon. Let's see if I can get this back in the box. Okay. And then the next one is the volume 3. And actually, they had these on sale again for the Boxy pop-up. Well, I think it's called Mega Drop Shop or something now. They actually had these again on there. I don't know if it's still on. You'd have to check, but they were $19, you guys. That's so freaking cheap. I can't even believe it. These retail for like $75 Canadian at Sephora. So yeah, this one is really beautiful. I love the color story on this one. I just love all the like bright shades in here, like this lime green kind of shade and this really like neon yellow. So pretty. So yeah, I'm really excited for these. All right, let's move on to the last couple palettes. So this one I've talked about a few times. I can link the video where I tested this palette out, but this is the Morphe 35XO Natural Flirt palette. And yeah, it's just the most beautiful neutral palette. So this is like my go-to neutral palette now, like ever since I got it. I can't remember when I got it, but I believe I got it this year. And ever since I got it, it's just like the only one that I use for neutral looks. I just think it's so beautiful. The formula is really good on it, and you get a lot of shades. You get even pops of like purples and pinks in here. So I really like it. It's just, yeah, it's one of my go-tos right now for neutral palettes anyway. And yeah, I love this one, and it's super affordable. It's only like $34 Canadian, I believe. And then we have another Morphe palette, and this is the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. This one is not available anymore, as you guys probably know, but I got this, I think, on sale back in the day when it was available. It was on sale. I think I got it like 50% off or something. But it is a really pretty color story, and the shadows in here are really pigmented, I feel like. Like, I like them. I feel like they're buttery. They work well for me, so that is some swatches there. As you can see, definitely pigmented. Yeah, when I put my fingers in them, they are very buttery. So I like the formula on these. You got a really good variety of shades. You have a couple glitters in here, or maybe just one. Okay, yeah, one glitter right here, like a gold. Actually, I'm going to swatch that one. So yeah, you can see the gold. That's a really, really pretty shade. I like that one. And it does come with a mirror as well. But yeah, I like this one. I haven't used it a lot, like, recently, just because, like, I'm using other palettes that I just reach for more. I do like the packaging on this, though. I think it's really pretty. But yeah, overall, it is a good palette. It's a different formula than the typical Morphe formulas because it is Jeffree's personal formula, but I like it. I'm definitely going to keep it probably forever because it's something you can never buy again, unless you bought it like used or something. But yeah, let's move on. I have two more palettes by Hipdot, and both of these I got from BoxyCharm as well. I got them both in a box, and I love the formula on these. This is the Zion palette. This one is probably my favorite because it's just like a beautiful, like, warm tone palette, which is like my fave. And the shimmers in here are so pretty. I absolutely love them. They're very pigmented. And yeah, so I love this one. I've used it quite a few times now. This one I've only used like maybe 2-3 times, if that. This is the C-Note palette. And this is more of like a blue kind of theme, some teals. But this shade right here, this Goddess shade, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. It is absolutely like, oh my goodness, just wait till you see it. Like, it is unreal. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. I have nothing like that shade in my collection, so I am keeping this palette for that specifically. There's a couple other pretty shades in here too that I like, but that shade is just absolutely stunning. Like, there's no way I could get rid of that shade. I actually just used this shade in a recent Instagram look, so if you're interested in checking that out, you can go to my Instagram account, which is linked down below. But yeah, so I absolutely love their formula. Hipdot, a brand that I discovered through BoxyCharm. Absolutely love. They're great palettes. Okay, I saved the two best palettes for last. These are my two most used palettes, I would say. They are my favorite palettes in my collection. And I actually tested both of these out in other videos, so I can link those for you guys to check out me testing them out for you. But they are the Be Perfect Cosmetics palettes. So we have the Carnival XL Pro palette and the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. So this is Carnival 2, this is Carnival 3. I don't have Carnival 1. I feel like I don't really need it when I have these two because the Carnival 1 and Carnival 2 are very similar, and now they recently came out with the Carnival 4, which is the Antidote palette. I absolutely love these. The formula on these palettes is insane, you guys. Like, it's the best formula I've ever used. So this is the Carnival 2 XL Pro palettes. Again, every color you need is in here, and it also comes with some highlights, which are absolutely stunning. This is the first Carnival palette that I got, and I fell in love with it so much that I wanted to get the Carnival 3. Like, when it came out, I saw the color story and I'm like, yes, I need that in my collection. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys. Ooh, it's just unreal. I absolutely love these palettes. If you're ever wondering what palette to buy, if you're thinking, I need a good palette, I don't know what's out there, I don't know what's good to buy, go buy these, or one of these. You will not regret it. They are absolutely amazing. You can buy them on the Be Perfect Cosmetics site. You can also buy them on Beauty Bay. I don't know if there's other websites that you can buy them on, but I'm pretty sure there are. I got mine from Beauty Bay. I know Be Perfect Cosmetics has sales a lot on these palettes, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, these are just my most used palettes, hands down. Let's do a couple swatches so you can see what I'm talking about, because yeah, this is definitely my favorite formula I've ever tried. So I'm going to do a couple, let's do a couple shimmers, and then I'll do some mattes. Oh my goodness, it almost slid off my legs. Okay, we do not need that to break. So here are some shimmers. I mean, they look similar to other shimmers I've swatched, but the mattes is more like why I love these palettes, because the matte formula is just so incredible. So buttery and blendable and just pigmented, and oh my gosh. Okay, so let's swatch like a purple shade. That is what it looks like there. So it's definitely very pigmented. Let's do like this green. Okay, so there you can see the purple and green. Very beautiful. I'm gonna go into the Love Tahiti palette. I'm gonna swatch this bright orange shade because it's just so pretty. There we go. Okay, so there's like a kind of an orangey. It's picking up kind of weird on camera, honestly, but I'm gonna go in with this coral shade as well. Just show you guys some really bright colors. Okay, so this is supposed to be like a bright coral. You can kind of see it better on my thumb right here, but on the swatch it's kind of showing up weird. Same with this orange. It's showing up like dark, but it's like actually a bright orange. It's so weird how it's like not picking up. Maybe if I go back here. Okay, there you can kind of see the coral better. But yeah, love the formula on these. Super buttery, super pigmented. You guys will literally not regret purchasing those. I had so much fun sharing my palettes with you guys, doing all the swatches and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!